I'm Jane King at the New American Home at IBS in Winter Park, Florida. And with me is Daniel Kennerly, the builder of this amazing home. Let's set the stage. How long did it take to build this? What was the process of getting us to where we are today?
This was a working process from the beginning to the end. A 16,000 plus square foot house in 15 months takes insane planning, but also just a lot of changes on the fly and making things happen, because you really don't do this in construction.
So 15 months.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
under normal conditions, how long would it take to build this house?
And under normal conditions, this is a 3-year build.
Okay, so
Yes.
half the time,
Half
right?
the
Even a little more than that.
Yes.
How many people were involved, and what was different about this versus a normal construction?
So in normal construction, you have subcontractors. One trade flows into another trade, and people aren't working at exactly the same time because it creates challenges of people in the same spaces. And in this project, we would have 12 to 15 trades on site at the same time, 60 to 80 people on site, working in the same rooms, the same spaces. You want them all to work together, but sometimes my project managers were soothing hurt feelings, making sure people work together well, saying, hey guys, we're pulling towards the same goal.
And that goal is the New American Home
Yes.
at IBS. So,
Yes, it is.
What did it take to get that award?
That award is given to one contractor to build the show home for the International Builder Show, the largest construction convention in the United States. You're chosen because of the home that you're building and the technology, the building methods and means that you're using, and honestly, the look of the home and the feel of the home, because you want to show off a home that people say, wow.
So talk about the unique features of it. How is it kind of a cutting edge home?
As we evaluated the lot, we realized that we had 17 feet before we hit the water table. And in Florida, that's insanely unique. So we decided to put a basement in. And we have a 6,800 square foot basement with a car lift instead of a driveway. So a true man cave in the basement. 16 cars, gym, game room, movie theater, sauna, cold plunge, steam room. Technology just abounds. LG was a big partner, and we have cutting edge, state of the art electronics, even the kitchen appliances. It is, in every way, the light can follow the circadian rhythm of the sun throughout the day. The wellness features of Kohler with the toilets, the faucets, the water saving features. If we were to walk through and take 2 hours, I could tell you about product after product that's on the cutting edge.
Let's walk over to the table.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The artist that actually created the concrete wall panels to mimic cast in place concrete created this table. It's 1,200 pounds, 16 feet long, and it's cantilevered from the first 2 feet. And so it's actually bolted through the floor to the steel I-beams underneath. And this is so strong that you and I could stand on this and do the interview on the tip of this thing.
Okay, so weather.
Yes,
Yeah.
weather. This is Florida, and Florida, from April to August, it rains 3 to 5 days a week. Sometimes just in the afternoons, sometimes all day, and we're trying to go as fast as possible. And it is hard to have everyone inside before you dry in the house, meaning get the roof on where water's not inside as well as outside. When we were digging the foundation, we had a hurricane come through, and it absolutely eviscerated our foundation 2 times. Then you have the sub-trades that are working on top of each other, trying to keep the job site clean. And then you have things like tariffs, which people don't think about, but as you're trying to get things fast and you're ordering it, as tariffs were changing, prices are changing. And so we're also trying to be financially responsible for our client.
So one thing you notice is all the glass.
Yes.
What was the philosophy behind that?
So from the beginning, the owner gave the architect and us a directive to bring the outside in. And as that design flushed out, it meant a ton of glass on the east side as you come into the house and on the west side as the sun sets. And at the end of the day, over 80% of the east and west facades are glass. And we use Eurowall, a company that minimizes the actual structure in the center of the glass. And so the frame is less than 1 inch thick, 6 feet wide, 12 to 14 feet high, and literally from every place in the house you can see outside with almost unobstructed views.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. It's a
You're
beautiful
welcome.
home.
We thoroughly enjoyed this.
I'm Jane King at the New American Home for GenWealth TV.